Alright, what is up everybody? Back today with another video, and today we're going to do another first impressions. I did one of these on my Sharp by Design Mini Tempest, and I've got a full review I'm working on this. If I could maybe flick it, so I've got another really cool knife. I'm going to do that on here. And I hadn't really done these, but when I get a knife, I get it in hand, and I really enjoy it, I just got to show it to you guys real quick. So here it is, obviously another Jake Hoback knife. This is a big box. Here's the Hoback Sumo box for reference. Much smaller. That was a horrible reference. We're rolling with it though. So here's the Sumo real quick, in case you did not know. So here we've got the Husky, and this is a knife I had seen quite a few times, and to be honest, I thought it was pretty ugly at first, but as I saw it more, it started to grow on me. So let's go over what you get here. You get a patch, and these are thick patches. They're quality patches. Here's the one you get with the Sumo, or I got. Tools to disassemble the knife, and these are nice torque drivers there. You get your one piece of paperwork here, talking about quality, but then you get the specs. So overall length 9.25. It's got a 3.75 inch blade. This one is Nitro V steel, which I believe I've got another knife in Nitro V recently as well. Got the DLC black stonewash blade with the stonewash titanium handles, gray, and it's 0.25, 1/4 of an inch thick, and it is, let's say, 9.6 ounces. Boom, this perfect little cutout here, satisfying. There is the knife, and they've got these nice thumb reliefs there to get it out. Really thinking of the end user. Get all this stuff up, and we will check this beast out. So I just off the rip, just gotta say, this thing is an absolute tank. It is obnoxiously thick, and it is super satisfying. Just the in-hand feel is, I don't know, there's nothing else like it as far as a folding knife that I've come across in my knife collecting career here. It's just a really awesome knife, and the look itself is starting to grow on me. The blade shape kind of throws me off because it's the bottom here, there's no belly. This is pretty much straight, and then you get a belly on what would be like the Tonto tip. So you can see you've got a really straight cutting edge there, but then you've got some belly on the tip there, a super thick tip as well. Obviously a 1/4 inch thick blade. Look at those slabs of titanium. And I don't think, no, there is no, not that I can see, or if you guys can see, I do not see any milling on the no, I don't see any milling on the inside of these scales, so that's wild. And it feels like it. So yeah, this thing, obviously it's a tank, but the thing about it though is the action right out of the box. I put no oil on this. I probably only flipped it 100 or so times, and it's already very nicely drop shotty. You can reverse flick it. Well, it's just no wrist movement, just the finger. Boom. So the detent is very nice. The flipper tab, you can light switch it very easily, and you can even push button it too if you don't put your finger on the lock bar. But yeah, just, I mean, right out of the box, like I said, no oil. It says running on bearings, and you can see, look at that little lock face, just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if there's a thicker, beefier knife on the market I can think of. There probably is, but I don't know if one is mainstream. So it's got to go ahead and say it as well. There's been some controversy recently that's came out with Hoback knives. For me, when I looked it up on his website, he had a list of where everything was made. And this is a Chinese-produced knife. The Husky is. You know, I'm not going to get into that, get all political there. I do prefer American-made knives. With that being said, I love my Riot-made knives. And I just bought a Damas steel fat carbon inlay Mula yesterday. That'll be here soon. So real pumped for that. But, you know, I guess he was deceiving people on where his knives were made. And if that was the case, that's not cool. But with that being said, that's what that individual did. I don't think that has anything to do with the quality of his knives. The quality hasn't changed, and people, you know, really like these knives before all of that. So what I'm saying is all that doesn't change the quality of the knife. So, and the quality of the knife is very high. I mean, just look at that backspacer. I really like, what kind of sold me on this knife was seeing in the pictures, just that ridiculous thickness and the lineup of that backspacer. And then that blade right there. Something about that was just extra satisfying to me. So I picked it up, and this is $575. Shout out to DLT. And this setup, again, got the stonewashed titanium handles. It's got a pretty rough stonewash, so it won't show much wear. Then I got the stonewashed DLC blade. I think this is one of the better looking color options, especially in hand. That titanium is a really nice kind of a graphite color. It's a darker titanium with that stonewash. And then the DLC blade and hardware just sets it off. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best looking setup. You got the clip over here. He does make a deep carry clip for this thing. Although I don't know what pockets you have that are going to deep carry this thing. I had it in my pants at work, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. You know, I mean, it would be a great carry knife or a backpack knife. You could hard use the crap out of it. Now, what I was talking about with the Nitro V steel, pretty sure my Civivi Altus, pretty sure these are Nitro V as well, which that is a $75 knife. But Nitro V is a newer steel. Like I said, Civivi's using it. So it sounds like it's a Chinese steel. So that would make sense on a Chinese knife. Oh, let's check the sharpness. I did a hair test earlier, a shave test. Let's see. Oh, man. Extra sharp. I mean, what more do you want? Yep, even the tip. Yeah, so a blade, literally a 1/4 inch thick, which it comes down to a pretty fine point. So not the sliciest, but you still get some pretty good cutting performance for, you know, how much of a ridiculously thick blade this is. Let's do a size comparison real quick. Forgot about that. So I've got a Medford Praetorian T, which in itself is a really big knife. This was the biggest knife I have. I'll just show you the smoothness here of this Medford. I need to do an update video on this, because right out of the box, it was not extremely smooth, and now it's one of the smoother knives I have, especially on washers. Anyways, these knives are so big, I can't set them up. Okay, so yeah, the Husky is bigger. So officially the biggest knife I now have. Show those. Pretty similar. Obviously way thicker on the Husky. Let's see if I can set them up here. You can kind of see that. So way thicker on the Husky. Also on the Husky, you've got that lock bar insert there. And you get 2 torque screws to hold that in. And that hole there, actually, that is your detent ball. So what I'm thinking is you could go through there with a punch and adjust your detent ball. I don't know for sure that's what that is, but that's what makes sense in my head. Do close real quick. So yeah, absolutely huge knife. Super smooth action, like I said, especially right out of the box. Let's do a Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch. I'm using the paper to kind of line the bottoms up here. So Dwarfs, a 3.5 inch Hinderer, which is a big knife in and of itself. But you can see here, very similar overall shape. That's interesting. I just now noticed that. So yeah, that makes sense. Hinderer, some of the best ergonomics on the XM18, and this has really, really good ergonomics as well. That's what I needed. Back the camera up a little bit here. But nah, want to go. Anyways, we're getting a little long here. So there was the size comparisons. So you've got an idea there. But yeah, overall, this is an absolute tank. The build quality is very, very nice. There's absolutely zero movement anywhere. The jimping is really nice. Let's see back here. It's deep, but it's not too aggressive unless you can really, bite down into it. Same down here. This is less aggressive than this rear jimping. But this is something I could see you getting a really good handhold on with gloves. And I see a lot of people grab it up here like this. While you can do that, I don't know if I'd recommend that. Well, I guess if you get up here, yeah, that's fairly comfortable. It's not really a choil though. That's the thing. You've got a little bit of an undercut, and I do have fat fingers, so maybe use my pinky. I guess if you had skinnier fingers, you could get up under there. But I personally don't feel comfortable with that. I'd grab it right here, but I wouldn't be doing too much. One slip, and it's got my finger there. So yeah, first impressions on this knife. Absolutely love it. Superb quality, fit and finish. Really a different steel Nitro V, which is getting more popular now. Civivi's using it a lot. But a nice straight edge there. So yeah, guys, if you're thinking about this, don't let the controversy stop you. And unless if you want a good knife, this is a good knife, and that's what I'll say. So you decide the rest. I'm here to tell you about the knife, not the politics. All right. Well, got a full review coming soon on this, on the Tempest. And I've got some sharp dress knife scales coming for the ZT. And I've got that Peña Mula, which I'm really pumped on that. I've been wanting one of those for a while. And I found one on Crane's Cutlery. I'd heard about them, and I checked them out. And sure enough, they had an exclusive. It's the Damasteel with the red dark matter fat carbon inlays. And this is gold dark matter inlays. So it's the red version of this on the new Mula. So really pumped to get that in hand. A lot of cool stuff, guys. I did sell a couple knives. I sold my Spartan Harsey 3.25, which I did not make a review on because I just did not like the knife. It wasn't for me. I just thought for the price you should be getting a little bit better fit and finish, action. There's no sharpening choil. Just wasn't the knife for me, and I didn't want to make a video completely ragging it. So I just passed it along at a loss. But it is what it is. I wanted this knife pretty bad. So yeah, anyways, if you ever see anything you want, you can DM me. I have plenty of vouchers. I sell on all kinds of Facebook groups and whatnot. So yeah, anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.